Big game breakdown continues. A Pac-12 showdown. It's a legitimate showdown in the state of Arizona. Arizona against Arizona State. This line's been bouncing all over the place. We saw Arizona State as the chalk last night. So far today, the money's all come on Arizona. Right now, Zona -1.5. We record early on Thursday morning. Total's been bouncing around too. It got bet down, then bet back up. 162.5 is the prevailing market price right now. Certainly, bettors initially are expecting a shootout in this one. Arizona 20-6, Arizona State at 19-6. But the Wildcats have a 3-game lead in conference, 10-3 in the Pac-12 versus 7-6 for the Sun Devils in conference play. First meeting between these two teams, Arizona was -6 at home. They won the game by 6, 84-78. That was back on December 30th. DeAndre Ayton was a monster that night, 23 points and 19 rebounds, and that's going to be a problem, for Arizona State again tonight. Arizona State, they got great balance. They've got great backcourt depth, but they don't have size. 8-7-1. You got Ristic, who's 7 foot, 250. He had 12 points and 6 rebounds in the first meeting. That's a tough matchup for Arizona State. They still managed to hang around the entire game in that first meeting. Of course, remembering this Arizona State team was unbeaten in non-conference. In fact, I think they were the last undefeated team in the country when they lost to Arizona way back on December 30th. That was the start of some struggles. Opened 4-6 in Pac-12 play, but last weekend, they may have gotten their mojo back. They swept USC and UCLA at home. Probably played their best ball since December in those two contests. Of course, you look at Arizona State, the size for Arizona. Arizona State's got the smaller ballers. Trey Holder, Shannon Evans, a pair of 6'1" guards, and they've lighted up from the perimeter. Of course, Holder's a senior. Evans is that's already graduated. That's a veteran trio that knows how to hang tough in games like this one, no question. Of course, we look at the Arizona State side of the equation. We say, all right, this team overachieved early and they've come back to earth. We look at the Arizona side of the equation. You say, why hasn't this team been better? They were, number 2 in the country back in week 2. All the preseason projections, Arizona's a top 5 team. They're not going to lose a whole lot of games. And look, they still have a 2-game lead in the Pac-12. It's not like they've had a terrible season. They would have 6 losses on the campaign, but expectations are really high for this group. They have top 10 talent. We have Ayton and Dusick inside, the senior point guard in Parker Jackson Cartwright. You have Alonzo Trier on the wings. That's 4 big-time talents. But their size looks better on paper than it has on the court. They've been a step slow on defense all year. The quickness factor hasn't been there. For Arizona, it's so clear when you look at this graphic. Look at the total defense, 107 in the country. Those aren't Sean Miller-type numbers, but it gets worse than that. The turnover percentage, the 3-point defense, the steal percentage. I know steal percentage is related to turnover percentage, but the bottom line is they're not quick. They're not defending the perimeter. They're not forcing turnovers. The low post defense is fine. But when you can't get out and guard the perimeter quickly, it can be a problem. And look at this graphic. Boy, this is one that really stands out. Arizona defense over the last 6 years, national rankings. Number 32, number 1, number 3, number 29, number 29. Oh my God, they're 107 this year. It is a legitimate and significant drop-off for Sean Miller's squad. And of course, that weakness on the perimeter, that's how Arizona State can hang around again. We know what the Sun Devils want to do. Bobby Hurley wants to light it up from 3-point range. And Arizona, there's one other weakness for this squad. They lack quality depth. It really showed in the loss to UCLA last Thursday. They did get better play from the bench against USC on Saturday, but it's a major concern for Sean Miller right now. Miller, quote, "We met with our bench. That's one of a number of things we did between the games, and we talked about their importance. There are some guys who may not fill the stat sheet, but their role in a game like tonight's is vital to come in the game, play really hard, and rest our starters. One of the things that happened to us in the UCLA game is we wore down. You have to believe in your bench, but they have to know what to do when they come in." They came in and made positive plays. I think Arizona's got more talent than Arizona State. I can understand why the money's come on the Wildcats in this one, but this game's going to be a lot more fun to watch than to wager on. No surprise here if it comes down to one team hitting a shot or missing a shot in the final seconds. Fun one to watch. I got no bet for you. My apologies. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on SportsBit. Betting Insight today. Best of luck tonight. Enjoy the games. May all the winners be yours. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.